Climate change is the increase of the planet's temperature, attributed directly or indirectly to human activity altering the global atmosphere's composition, in addition to the weather's natural variations observed during comparable time periods. In the coming years, weather patterns will be increasingly less predictable. The seasons are already changing. Extreme events may possibly be more frequent and intense. In Peru, the main impacts of climate change are being generated in the high regions of the Andes, seriously affected by increasingly irregular rain seasons, temperature change, and more intense out-of-season cold spells. This phenomenon, which is generated mainly in other regions of the world, affects small farmers and ranchers, making it difficult for them to rise above their current poverty level. It is within this framework that the project Adaptation to Climate Change and Disaster Risk Reduction in Prioritized Watersheds of Ica and Huancavelica, ACCIH, is carried out by the German Cooperation Agency, GIZ, on behalf of the Federal Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development, BMZ, in conjunction with the National Center for Estimation Prevention and Reduction of Disaster Risk. ACCIH's project objective is to improve the living standards and production levels of families by implementing methods of adaptation to climate change and generally reducing the vulnerability of the population faced with these general dangers. We have developed 4 work strategies that we have been implementing with national, regional, and local authorities, as well as with the families directly affected by the effects of climate change. The first is adapting agricultural practices to climate change. In this case, we give support to farmers, providing innovations in production processes and re-establishing ancestral practices to reduce vulnerability from negative effects of climate change. These practices are associated with the management and care of natural resources. The main measures we have been taking are increase of agrobiodiversity in small farms, reinforcing local and traditional knowledge, as well as a culture of organic production. Agricultural and forestry activities that substantially generate income. Protection and preservation of soil and water, cattle protection measures, improvement of irrigation systems and its management.
Como ven ustedes, estamos en el mes de noviembre y estamos como si estuviéramos en verano, cuando ya en este tiempo ya la nube debe estar ya tapando. Pero lo cierto es de que ahorita no tenemos agua y por lo tanto, gracias al apoyo de la cooperación alemana, hemos hecho varios atajaditos en esta zona, también en esta zona de acá, con la finalidad de tener pues agua en el futuro.
Bueno, este cobertizo nos sirve para el friaje, que nuestros animales se mueren en tiempo de helada y nos sirve mucho. La Municipalidad Distrital de Yaví nos ha apoyado con el palo y la cooperación alemana nos ha apoyado con el techo. Y nosotros hemos puesto nuestro trabajo, hemos levantado la pared, la base. Eso fue así.
With this second work strategy, we aim to improve the quality of rural dwellings, to reduce the family's vulnerability to climate change, especially because of extreme cold in the high regions of the Andes. We chiefly worked on the subject of thermal comfort inside houses.
Este es el trabajo que se está haciendo con la cooperación alemana, el fitotoldo, que da vida a las plantitas. Y aparte de eso, tenemos también el fortérmico que está ingresando a mi dormitorio, que es en el segundo piso. Ingresa la caloría para acá cuando ya una vez abrimos los tapones. Y así mismo ya llegamos a tener una temperatura, estamos llegando por lo menos a 16, y a lo que más antes teníamos una temperatura de noche a partir de las 8 para adelante, llegábamos a 5, hasta 4 grados.
The main measures are generation and maintenance of heat inside pre-existing houses, solar lighting systems, improved cooking stoves, training of entrepreneurs with knowledge in all the aforementioned measures. Strategy number 3. Dialogue is key between stakeholders of river watersheds to achieve sustainable use of resources. The state, as a mediator, must provide dialogue and understanding between all parties, private and public, of the basins. The ACCIH project is offered as a dialogue platform for all parties involved, respecting objectivity, neutrality, participation, and equality criteria, with the common objective to achieve the sustainable and comprehensive management of the basin and its water. Cross-cutting work strategy. In our 4th work strategy, we seek a strengthening of diverse institutions such as regional, provincial, and district governments, base organizations, and others, so they can include methodologies and instruments of risk management and climate change adaptation into their plans. It is essential to work with the National Center for Estimation, Prevention, and Reduction of Disaster Risk in this aspect.
Nos encontramos satisfechos con el trabajo que venimos realizando con la cooperación alemana en beneficio de las poblaciones, tanto de Ica como de Huancavelica. Muchas de las acciones que se vienen desarrollando y trabajando está dirigida al fortalecimiento de las capacidades de las autoridades, así como de sus líderes sociales y a la comunidad educativa, para su participación en el diseño y ejecución de las acciones de gestión de riesgo y adaptación al cambio climático. La sostenibilidad de las acciones de reducción de vulnerabilidades parte del compromiso permanente de todos los actores del desarrollo. Sin ello, poco o nada podríamos avanzar, y es en esa ruta que el CENEPRED enfoca su accionar en estos ámbitos.
En estos momentos nos encontramos en la parte baja del reservorio. Mucho más antes se encontraba una filtración terrible. O sea, el reservorio no llenaba. Era un riesgo muy grande para la población y para la agricultura asimismo.
This is why we support the training of staff, the development and use of management tools, and other measures oriented to strengthen the organizations and institutions' exercise of functions.
Creo que es importante que la GIZ pueda impulsar este trabajo donde los actores son los que tienen que definir este compromiso. Acá la GIZ se encuentra es un articulador de esto.
Disculpe, ingeniero, ¿yo puedo opinar también? Gracias a Dios que el proyecto Aliados nos ha hecho llegar a esta oportunidad, este futuro que estamos trabajando, ¿no? Como tal, ustedes que vean, ahí está nuestra verdura, ahí está el maíz y todo crece. Ahí está en medio de la maíz está mi lechuga para no perder el espacio, ahí está un poco, ¿no? Y acá está un poco y ahí está
In this way, the ACCIH project has been jointly working with the different levels of government to be able to reduce the impact on the population of the Pisco and Ica rivers basins produced by climate change. In general, GIZ's input through the ACCIH project will help to improve the quality of life of the basin's residents. The lessons learned that have been generated by all of those involved, be it the population, the state, or the private sector, will help replicate good practices in other basins of the country.